Come on, pick it up. This is going to be close. Uh-oh. Yeah, we got one more lap. Thank you, Kenny Walker out of... Thank you, Ken. Great job, usual. Our musician from Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Oshkosh, yes. We're still waiting on one horse up there. Didn't get the message about how we're parading, so... or if you're in charge right now till you get to the gate.
There's 5.
Need one more horse. Here he comes. He'll be wore out before he catches the field.
Well, he's warming up.
You better...
Those horses when they get done.
All right, that's enough. Here they come, and first away your 4 horse. That is CR Sox in the turn. Nimble Trimble taking over right now. CR Sox next door around the turn. And we got a Wisco on mission right there. Down the backside. Calvin Scroll. Horse off stride right now as they race down the back lane on the front end. Nimble Trimble, but they're coming after him early right now. Up on the outside. Can't tell who that is.
The leader right now.
3 horse. Wisco Mission on the outside, second along is on top right now.
It's the 4, CR Sox.
CR Sox on top. My mistake, around that lower turn again for the first time. And CR Sox looking for Wisco on a mission and Nimble Trimble. Those 3 should be bunched up. They're all bunched up right now. Down the turn for the first time, down the lane, on the front end right now. They come down to the halfway mile mark. They're racing for $500 in the middle of the racetrack right now. That's your 6 horse, Orlando Hanover. Having her CR Sox right there. Around the turn, Nimble Trimble 4th along the rail. The half and 103 and 2, they're rolling. Who's that kid driving? Jocelyn. That Jocelyn kid, what's he driving? Down the backside on the front end. Again, taking over, staying in command again, that is Orlando Hanover. Orlando Hanover. Nimble Trimble trying to make a move from far back right now, trying to catch the leaders. His second start of the year. The other horses have been running aces a little sharper. 135 and 3. They're bunched up. A good race of trotters. We got a few more in the different area code. Around that lower turn, past the John Deere machinery. They drive for home, looking for their big Smitty is on lane. Orlando Hanover cutting every step of the way. Can he hang on for the long? In the middle of the racetrack, a lot of competition out there. They come to our Orlando Hanover is going to have it. 6, 3, 1, 4. Wisco Mission, the second horse. Man, did I fuck that up. Son of a bitch.
There's someone here from Big Smitty's. Please come down to the front to present the trophy. Anyone from Big Smitty's, please come down at this time.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's number 3, that is, I expect that's 6 rather. Orlando Hanover. Orlando Hanover, Jay DeLong in the race by. Owned by Ken Stauffer out of Withee, Wisconsin, and Jay DeLong, Jesse DeLong, co-owner. That's Jesse and Jay are the same person. So this year, 7 starts and 2 wins for Orlando Hanover. The 3-year-old by Chapter 7 out of a Cantab Hall mare. 2, 7, and 2. Nice job, Jay. AKA Jesse.
Yes, you did.
Top down, your program should read this for the finish. 1 was 3, 2 was 5, 3 was 2, 4 was 4, 5 was 6, 6 was 1. Top down 3, 5, 2, 4, 6, 1, 2, 7, and 2 fifths. We don't want to talk about winter yet. A 3-horse that did Carrot Top Moose. 1/3, looking to improve on that. And Woody is a rocker, 6 starts. So Wisco's won twice this year. Wins at winter, not started. The other ones have not won. Wisco's the only one that's been in the winner's circle in 2024. You got 2 young guys, 1-2. You get Miller on a race bike and Aaron Lehman, both youngsters. Of course, anybody under 7 is a youngster to me. Approaching the gate. Wisco Incredible with Miller. Wins a winner, Lehman. Carrot Top Moose, Gabe Wan, Jade Along with Woody is a rocker. 78. That was.
Care of yourself.
That's right.
Look who's pocket.
Yeah. All right, to pick up the speed again, these are the Wisco Incredible, Winds of Winter, Carrot Top Moose. Here they are, first away. Winds of Winter wants that racetrack, but gone for an entire year. Winds of Winter taking over. Wisconsin Wisco Incredible right in that 2-hole. And we got Gabe Wan with Carrot Top Moose and Woodsy's a rocker down the backside again. Winds of Winter with young Lehman in the race bike. Winds of Winter on the front end, racing down the backside with Mr. Lehman in the race bike. Up on the outside, quickly, already going right on by. That looked to me like Wisco Incredible. Again, I lost it behind the cars. 30-3. That's a pretty good quarter, around the 33 seconds. We'll figure out who's where, what, how now in a moment. But we had a change, and I believe Wisco took over and down the lane right now, make that Winds a winner. Down the stretch they come again. They're battling early now. Got to save some of that fuel for the last half. On the outside again, Winds of Winter back at the rail where he belongs. Right there, Wisco Incredible, Winds of Winter. Up on the move again, Woodsy Rocker. And Woodsy Rocker on the move right now. 3rd on the outside, around the top of the turn again. Wisco Incredible in control. Right there, Winds of Winter. Gonna get tired first out of the off stride. Woodsy Rocker takes himself out of it. Down the back stretch, the Gray is on the move. The Gray's had a year off. Let's see how sharp he is. On the outside again, the Gray horse. Winds of Winter by about a head. Wisco Incredible right there. Also Carrot Top Moose down the 3/4 mile mark on the front end. On the outside again, still looking for Winds of Winter. 132 and change around that lower turn. Final time again, past the tractors, past the John Deere. They drive for home, purse $500. They'll go 2 trips tonight. A battle again on these 2. On the outside is the Gray horse going the long mile. The Gray horse hanging on. First start, can he get the job done now? They get to the wire. It's going to be tight at the wire. 3, 2, 1. Collar backwards. 3, 2, 1. Carrot Top sneaks up. 3, 2, 1, and 4. Okay. Two, 2 2/5. Top down. This is the way the judges had it, and we saw them cross this in this order. 1 was 3. 2 was 2, darn close. They're all there. The 3 horse is your winner, the Carrot Top, the Moose. And Woodsy Rocker made a break or 2, finished 4th. Top down, mark your card this way, 3, 2, 1, and 4 on the bottom. 1 was 3, 2 was 2, 3 was 1, and 4 was 4. 202 and 2/5. That's what fairs are all about, agriculture and kids. Horse racing and everything else is just an add-on. Coming down the racetrack into the winner's circle. This is the driver of the year in Wisconsin for the last 50 years. This is Gabe Wan, ladies and gentlemen. He's only about 35 years old, so go figure my math. Carrot Top Moose, owned by Gabe Wan and his father Robert Wan of Schellsburg. I asked him last week on the phone, what do you got? He said, well, I got a couple of projects, which means he wasn't crazy about them. But I was going to like this horse, Carrot Top Moose. A lot of green out there. All right, way to go, Gabe. Gabe needs some good things to happen. He had a great horse last year called Millennial. Set some track records in Wisconsin last year with it. Wonderful horse. He had to have him put down this spring. He got laminitis, young horse yet, 5 or 6 years old, I believe. Again, a lot of speed, set a couple track records. It's hard for Gabe, but of course you don't want the animal to suffer, so we had to put him down, and the company from Portage came up to Mineral Point, and they, after the vet put him down, then they brought him back to Portage, and they cremated his horse for him, and they brought his horse back in a box, a few things, so we got him back. It's not too far away, but again, Gabe doesn't usually get attached to horses. He can go through horses like people go through, socks, but this one was special. It was very hard for him to let him go, but you do what you've got to do. I think he needs to see a doctor because he says after the races tonight, he and his wife and Bambino are going to head back to Arkansas. So he's either very tough or he needs to see somebody. I could not keep a schedule like that. Of course, he's a day or two younger than I am. Gabe Wand, again, he's out of Dodgeville, Wisconsin, trains in Mineral Point. He's in the cheese business of Schellsberg's cheese out of his hometown. So a couple of youngsters in here, Miller and Lehman. Mel Mullis, this is only his second or third year of racing. Gabe has been racing probably for about maybe 15 years at least, or 20. Starters call him again. First, he's sponsored by Fredrickson Lawn Care, Dustin Fredrickson owner, Fredrickson Lawn Care. Again, thank you to all of our sponsors. Our 4 paces around the gate. The gate is coming, picking it up pretty good. He's going to turn him loose before he gets to the wire. Here they come. He's saying bye-bye, it's your turn. And they are off on the outside. Sign of the times, and one who wants to take over control right next door again. That is Midnight Zen gets away second. Right behind him again we go to Sign of the Times is trailing down the backside. Gabe Wand. Did I miss something? Who's on top? Who's on top?
Gabe Wand with the 4.
All right, the 4 horse on top.
Impressive art.
29-3 to the quarter right now.
Right now, 4-3.
Sign of the Times again with Mr. DeLong, co-owner of this good-looking pacer. Made almost $6,000 this year, taking this field down the lane for the first time. The rest of them again are chasing down to the halfway mile mark. Nobody going after him in the early going. Here he is right there. That is your 4 horse. Right heading the 3 horse. Impressive Art. And then it's Midnight Zen and Ellis Gray in that order. Around the top of the turn. Again, 58-3, under a minute right now. That is a huge half, under a minute. Down the backside is this guy thinking about a track record down the backside. Sign of the Times in control by about 5 lengths. A battle on the outside for second. Impressive Art trying to make a move on Ellis Gray. Down the back lane, Ellis Gray now trailing now is 4th. 128-2, they're rolling. It'll be a sub 2-minute mile around that lower turn for the final time. Let's see if this horse can hang on this long at these speeds. They're coming after him one more time. It looks like it might be Ellis Gray on the outside. They drive for home. Who do you like right now? They drive the wire. Your 2 horse, Midnight Zen. Midnight Zen, 2-4-3-1. 2-4-3-1. right, coming down the racetrack, folks, into the winner's circle. Trained by Quint Snyder. Owned by QKS Racing out of Sacramento, California. The driver, the youngster from Medford, Wisconsin, Aaron Lehman. Aaron Lehman, ladies and gentlemen. With Midnight Zen, this 5-year-old mare, paced a mile 1:58 and 2. Pacing miles right around 56, 57 at Aces. I think she could have gotten more tonight if she had to. Jump on when the jumping's good, young guy. Nice job, Aaron. Good luck again to the Snyder stable. Again, they train the horse barn on the backside, the racehorse barn. They train here all summer, up until September, before they head back to California. They're here usually in May. And most of these horses, of course, train here, and they ship them back and forth into Minnesota. AK up and at 'em. Whoa, you guys are harsh. What about Wabzika? Wabzika. 9 stars, 2 seconds, 2/3. Last year made almost 50 grand. Not a bad horse. Started at Cannon Falls, first start of the year. Paced a mile in 58 and 3. This is not. Oh, that's all right. I see what he's doing. I thought he was going to wait until he actually.
He don't come around.
Yeah. There you go, folks. Take a good look. Cutter Rug again with Juan. He's got the hot hand tonight driving. Pathologist with Michael McGee, his old timer, 12-year-old. Good old horse. Needs a couple starts to catch up. 3 horse has got earplugs in, but they're not in. AK up and at 'em. Quint, you know that. Your earplugs are flopping pretty good. And Wabzika with Miller in a race bike.
Last chance, race 4, pick a winner. You still have your tag, you need us to pick it up. Stand up, raise your hand. We'll come get it from you.
All right, so Cutter Rug, the 7-year-old by Mystery Chase. Canadian bred by the Road Stable out of Alberta, Canada. Pathologist, again, is an Illinois bred. He's the old timer in here, 12 years old, but a very good old horse, made out almost 47,000 lifetime. Maybe past his prime, but he's still pretty competitive. AK up and at 'em. Lifetime's 37,470. This year, 84.70. Racing it for the big bucks. Wabzika, lifetime 110,000. This year, 17.45. Backing up a little bit in class, racing at Cannon Falls, paced a mile 1:58 and 3. This will be a good horse race. No one is going to get lost in a bunch. Just depends what kind of a trip they have, how it goes, shakes down. Dale Moldenauer, our licensed starting judge, just called the paces to the gate.
I see what you mean by tight.
And good luck again on the pick a winner. And good luck at the 50-50 tonight. Here they come, your 4th race. We'll be halfway through the program when they're done. Here they come. Not quite halfway. First away, your 4-horse, Wabzika and Miller. First away, Wabzika. Second right now, Pathologist. And on the limb around the turn right now, AK up and at 'em. Taking a bad step. Pathologist again. It looks like he's having some problems with Michael. I don't know what happened to him. He got run into or what? Down the backside on the front end again. That is Wabzika with Miller in the race bike. Wabzika in the 2-hole again, looking for AK up and at 'em. Up the racetrack right now, they were going back to Cutter Rug. It looks like the good horse Pathologist is going to go off the track. I think he got hurt in that turn. Around that lower turn for the first time. On the front end again, looking for Wabzika and Mr. Miller in the race bike. That is Josh Miller. Down the lane again for the first time, racing to the halfway mile mark. Now we're down to a 3-horse field on the motor Wabzika. On the outside again, the 3-horse AK up and at him. Now the battle starts. Wazika on the inside, up and at him on the outside, working very hard to get on by. If he can get the job done right there, got a good trip right now. Don't forget about Cutter Rog, watching those two beat each other up. Right now, Wanda's watching him and says, go for it, boys. Wear yourself out. I'll save my horse. Down the backside again. On the front end, Wazika trying to hang on. Right next door to him again, up and at him, trying to hang on. The two of them together. Here comes, look like Wanda wants to move up a little bit with Cutter Rog. He'll have to go 3 wide. 32 and 3 to the quarter. 32 and 3. 3 quarters, that is. Around that lower turn for the final time. They are strung out just a little bit, not very much. Looks like Mr. Miller, Wazika may have been the best of the bunch as they drive the wire. But the 4 horse is going to take him home right at the wire. 4, 3, 1, and 2 did not finish. Michael McGee made a good decision. Pathologist had a little trouble in the first turn. So that's enough, buddy. We're not going to hurt you. Took him right to the barn. Remember that 5th race is going to be 2 horses in there: Dance Traveler and Ragged But Right. The 2-horse Juju Hanover is out. Rock Like a Hurricane got blown out of town. So it'll be 1 and 3. It'll be a 2-horse match race. How's it going? Good? Be careful, Patty. Don't get too close.
The other one was Mike's.
Josh, get on that bike while the getting's good. There you go. Nice job. New young driver, folks, coming up. Nice job, Mr. Josh Miller. I'm not sure. I believe he might be from Indiana, but I'm not sure.
He did break off. But he's going to let us know if they're coming back.
Okay.
Now, Tom, get your pick winner ready for race 5. Race 5 coming up next.
Let me give you the rundown again. This last race. 1 was 3. 2 was DNF, did not finish, broken hobble. Part of the equipment broke. 3 was 2, and 4 was 1. Top down. 3. 2 was DNF, did not finish. The third horse, horse 3 was 2nd, and 4 was the winner. 2 minutes and 4/5. 2 minutes and 4/5. Top down. 3, DNF, 2, and 1. Wazika Miller.
A lot of events going on Sunday at 10 a.m. The Draft Horse Show, right across the way by this arena there.
Everybody, don't mix up the finish on this one.
All right, this field of 2. It's a small field. Dance Traveler, but quality. Dance Traveler out of the Snyder stable again. Owned by Q Sacramento and Marianne Foreman out of Roseville, California. 21 starts this year, 1 win, 7 seconds, 3/3. Made almost $14,000. Dance Traveler, the 8-year-old. Ragged But Right. Out of the Natalie Tremblay stable, also out of Sacramento. Mel Mullen in the race bike, our catch driver. He said he's got to do some business up here and head back to Arkansas soon.
Wait a second, if they don't mind. Wait a second.
There's Ragged But Right out of the Tremblay stable, out of California. Ragged But Right, 7-year-old guy. Winking at you out of Starring. Mama was Starring Rule, her daddy was Cam's Card Shark. This horse has won over $128,000 lifetime. Look up the equipment on him. He's got quite a bridle there. I have to admit I've been around horses a long time, but I'm not sure what those little white sticks are all about on that hood. Maybe keep the mosquitoes away, I'm not sure. Nice job, Mel. Congratulations to Tremblay Stable. I think those folks from California are probably going to stay here. I mean, they don't want to go back to California. It's so hot, everything's burning down. Why not stay in good old Wisconsin? By top down, 1 was 2, 2 was scratched, 3 was 1, and 4 scratched. 2 minutes and 2/5. Again, a little work, track work, and then we'll get started all over again. Race 1 will become race 6, that field. Nimble Trimble. Dick Carter, KR sucks. CR sucks. Here they come. Twice Lake Wayne system. We got a horse off stride already back there. Not a good start for that horse. Right where your 3 horse 3-6-1 taking over 3-6-1-4. Wisco on a mission quickly to the front with our boy Jocelyn around the top of the tack. Right behind him around the turn. Looks like Orlando Hanover gets away. Then it's Nimble Trimble up the racetrack a little bit too. Make that Calaveras Chrome right now down the backside and following. On the front end again. DeLong on the move with Orlando Hanover. Orlando Hanover goes right down to the front now and take it over. Orlando Hanover. Wisco on a mission right there. At the quarter, 34-3. Nimble Trimble still in the hunt right now around that turn. Looking for CR Sox also in the hunt. Around the lower turn right now, 1 right, 2 right now are being distanced. Down the lane for the first time. We come by the John Deere equipment, the big green rigs, and here they come down to the halfway mile mark. We do have some red in there also. If you're in red, you're in the barn shed. Here they are on the front end. DeLong, Jay with the 6 horse Orlando. Right there, Jocelyn with the 3 horse Wisco. And then Nimble Trimble and 4, 106 and 2 CR Sox. Around that top of the turn, they get on the motor Orlando Hanover. Orlando Hanover right there. Wisco on a mission. Nimble Trimble down the back line. The backside right now, changing the order again. Orlando Hanover cutting all the steps right behind him again. Wisco on a mission, just trying to stay with them. They race down to the quarter mile mark. Nimble Trimble with a little trot right now in the 3 spot. They drop
39 and 2.
139 and 2 up on the outside right now. Looks like Wisco Mission's got a little trot in them around that turn. You're going to have a battle for the win right now as it sets up. On the inside, it'll be Orlando Hanover on the outside looking for Cisco Mission. And down the stretch they come. Get ready there, judges. Here they come to the wire. Who do you like right now? In the middle of the race. This is a battle right now. Yeah, 6-3-1-4. 6-3-1-4. Three was 2. 4 was 4. 6. The 5 was 6, and 6 was 1. Top down is 3-5-2-4. 6 and 1. 2, 9 and 3/5. Rice Lake Wayne Systems sponsoring this race. Forgot the first trip to talk about Big Smitty's on Maine. Too, my apologies to Big Smitty's on Maine for your financial support in the first race. This DeLong's got the hot hand, I'll tell you. Of course, it's trained by Justin Anfinson out of Cannon Falls, Minnesota. Owned by Ken Stauffer out of Medford, and Jay DeLong is one of the co-owners down there in the winner's circle. He's having a good year, DeLong. That is some nice horses, DeLong. He and his brother have lots of good horses. And his son's a top jock down in, nice job, Johnny DeLong, a top jock down in Indiana at the big track there. 2, 9 and 3. Top down 3, 5, 2, 4, 6, 1. Next group again will be at the rail top. One gave one of the big wins the winner be number 2. Third Wisco Incredible. On the outside, Woodsy's a Rocker Lake flat. Can be a whole new show. First away here, that is Wisco Incredible. First away be horses again wins Wins of Winter into the turn. On the outside, Wisco Incredible trying to get to the front end. Around that turn, it's tight going right now. Carrot Top Moose is in the 2 spot down the backside. And we go to Wisco Incredible down the back. That is our friend with the good old horse right now. Looking at Wins of Winter, and Wisco Incredible battling out to get down to 31 and 3 to the quarter around that lower turn. On the front end, looks like our friend Jocelyn in command now with this field. The hot hand, this youngster, a good driver. They turn for home for the first time, looking for the halfway mile mark. Last trip was in 2, 2, and 2. They're rolling again this trip as he comes down to the half. Hanging on right there, that's your one horse, Wisco Incredible. Right behind him, it's Carrot Top Moose. Carrot Top Moose got a good trip. Wins the Winter right there, and Woodsy's a rocker around that turn on the front end. Wins 103 and 2 down the backside. Wisco Incredible in the 2-hole right now. That is Mr. Gabe Wand in the race bike with Carrot Top Moose getting a good 2-horse trip, and coming right with him, that looks to be Winds of Winter. Those 3 now beginning to separate from the other horses. 134 and 1. 3 of them bunched up right now around that turn. Anybody's horse race yet. 3 good-looking horses. Wisco Incredible, Winds of Winter, Carrot Top Moose. They're battling right now. Carrot Top Moose in the 2 spot. Going after him now. Carrot Top Moose on the outside. DeLong with a hot hand trying to win this trip. That is Carrot Top Moose. They're battling now to the wire. At the wire it'll be 3, 1, 2. Good horse race. 2 was 3. 3 was your winner. And 4 was 4 top down. It's 2, 3, 1, 4. 2:03 the time of the mile. 2:03. Again, sponsored by Kenway Services. You never hear Patty does a great job.
From Kenway Services that can come down and help present the award. Someone from Kenway, please.
Again, as you handicap the next race, again, that last trip was won by Midnight Zen their first time around. Paced at 158 and 2. Tough field. Sign of the Times was knocking on the door. So Alice Gray will be 4th on the gate. Midnight Zen will be now number 1 on the gate. Impressive Art will be 3 on the gate. And Sign of the Times at Gabe Wand will be 2 on the gate. There's Mr. Wand right now with Carrot Top Moose, owned by Gabe Wand and Robert Wand. And Gabe, when I talked the other day about your horse, he says, "Oh, Woody, I just got a couple projects." This is more than a project. This is a nice racehorse there, Mr. Wand. Nice 3-year-old filly by Time to Tell of Art Major Mare, another Hanover. Illinois bred, Fox Valley Standard bred. Nice job. One more win to his collection. I'm sure he's probably going to win that top driver again this year for about the zillionth year in a row.
We're collecting Pick a Winner 8 right now. Pick a Winner.
Foster's Outriders, a sponsor. Get a little dark on the backside. When they get to the gate, Midnight Zen at the rail with Aaron Lehman. Next door will be Sign of the Times to Gabe Wand, the hot hand driver tonight. Mel Mullet, the Arkansas kid, driving 3. And Josiah Miller driving the 4-horse. I believe Josiah might be out of Indiana, I'm not sure.
I think Ohio.
Ohio? Here they come, folks. Got the 4 horses. Got a long way to go to catch that race. They're going to go without you. All right, first away. boy, there he goes, the top driver of the last 100 years of Wisconsin again. That is Mr. Gabe Wand with Sign of the Times. Horse rough gated on the outside for Mr. Lehman. Hang on to him around that turn. Mr. Mullet's right there with Impressive Art. And after the make it break, Ellis Gray up the racetrack. Down the backside on the front end. Again, it continues to be Sign of the Times trying to double up. Sign of the Times with Gabe Wand in control. Right on the 2-hole right now. That is Midnight Zen as they get down to the 29 and 2 to the quarter. Sign of the Times making every step to lead right now, challenging the ones from behind. If you can beat me, show me how you're going to do it. Around that turn for the first time, good looking equine athletes right here down the lane. They got more than a half to go. They come to the raceway at the halfway mile mark to get on the motor. No change, Sign of the Times. Showing the way right to the 2-horse Midnight Zen. Midnight Zen. Then we go to Impressive Art and Ellis Gray. Into the top of the turn. The half and 58 and 4. A big mile. Going a 2-minute shot around the top of the turn. Sign of the Times last time out. They won 58 and 2. Looks like Gabe Wand's tapping the gas. Pedal just a little bit. Trying to get away a little more. Sign of the Times down the back stretch. He's won 34,000 lifetime. Going to make some more tonight. Up the track again, Midnight Zen having a hard time keeping up as Sign of the Times begins to gap a little bit further up the racetrack. Impressive Art and Ellis Gray. What is it?
127.
127 and 2/5 around that lower turn for the final time. On the motor in Sign of the Times trying to wrap it up. Company on the outside. Now we got a battle again. Midnight Zen. Midnight Zen's gonna make them work. They come to the wire. Get your eyeballs on, judges. They get to the wire. It'll 4, 2, 3, and 1. Good finish. Good battle. Good horse flesh. Good driving. Everything. 4, 3, 2, 1. One was 4. 2 was 3. 2 was 2. 3 was. I mean, I got to check with the judge, folks. My eyes are playing games. What do you guys have top down?
For
Last race.
29.
No, the horses that win. The finish.
Oh, 4, 2, 3, 1.
4, 2, 3, 1.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 horse was second. 3 horse was third. 4 horse was 1. So it's 4, 3, 2, 1. Is it 4, 2, 3, 1? 4, 2, 3, 1. Gotta wake up and start over again. 4, 2, 3 run top down, 158 and 2. Here is Sign of the Times, folks. Sign of the Times. Owned by Jay DeLong and Stephanie Anfinson out of Kenyon, Minnesota. Justin Anfinson's the trader. Sign of the Times. Nice horse, 4-year-old gelding by Special Forces. Cam's Card Shark mare by the name of Vi Hanover. All right. Three-horse race again. They get to the gate. I'm saying Wabzika, Wavzika, I'm not sure. Josh Miller in the race bike won in 2 minutes and 4/5. Wabzika? Wabzika. It's a word we don't use in the UP very often. Here they come on the inside. It's Wabzika. IK up and at him, your 3-horse right there. Cut a rug with Mr. Gabe Wand in the race bike on the front end again. 3-horse field. Everybody's probably going to stay put right now on the front end. Wabzika with Mr. Miller in the race bike. Right behind him down the backside. AK up and at him with Aaron Lehman. And again, a driver of the year right behind him with Cutter Rug. By the Barns right now, racing by the racehorse Barns. No change in the order. Everybody probably should stay put and will. Long way to go for the greenbacks. Around that lower turn.
30 and 2.
30 and 2 to the quarter, 30 and 2. No change. Wabzika with Miller in the race bike. The youngster out of Ohio, I understand, brings his field down the lane for the first time. He gets a chance to visit the Great White North right now with this horse Wabzika. Wabzika in control. He's hanging on to him right now, leaning back, trying to save some. The helmet right now of that 2 horses right on his helmet. He breathed it right down, and that is close quarters, folks. He's got his head right over that kid's helmet. That is tight. Takes a lot of guts to do that. How much? A minute and 2/5 down the backside. They're rolling. They are rolling. It looks like DeLon wants to roll, or Wand wants to roll just a little bit too with Cutter Rug. Down the backside. He's now second on the outside. On the front end again, looking for Wabzika. Wabzika. Cutter Rug. 129 and 3. They're rolling around that lower turn. Wabzika. On the outside, Cutter Rug. Gonna battle him again. These 2 guys been fighting it all night long. Down the lane they come, Wabzika. Right there, Cutter Rug to try to cut him up. They drive the wire. Who do you like? They come to the wire. On the inside again, it's gonna be Wabzika. 4, 3, and 1. 4, 3, 1. 159 and 2/5. 159 and 2, the time of that mile. Again, Cutter Rug third that trip. Pathologist was scratched. AK up and at him second. Double heat winner tonight, Wabzika. 159 and 2/5. In memory again of Bud and Mike Epp. There's always a place when Bud was running, and of course they had a lot of help, of course, from the Larsons. Bud Larson, Kathleen, did so much for racing. Kathleen, the president of our association for so many years, and her business skills and talents pulled this organization out of a tough spot. And she was a great, great manager also. We miss her, miss Bud. Nice job, young man. Wabzika, 159 and 2. Now, I got to tell the crowd the truth.
I know.